Hello. Hi, everybody. Ignore my glasses. Case have me put them on. So, we're just going with it. But so glad you guys are here. I know it's midday, so a lot of people will catch the recording for sure. Um, but I am so excited for Heather to be training us on time management. It is going to be amazing. I love when Heather talks and trains. And I know she hasn't done like a big training like this yet, but she did that 90-day run and she killed it. So I know she's going to be amazing today. So Heather, I am going to turn it to you, dear friend.
Okay, I'm nervous. But I have my notes. I'll thank you guys for being on. I know this is, again, it's 11 o'clock here, it's 10 o'clock for some of you, but this kind of falls into that time management. Um, my schedule is very, very structured. Most days it's not because I want it to be, it's just how life goes. So I'm going to share a little bit about me, how my schedule works, and why I think time management is so important. So I've been a stay-at-home mom. Oh goodness, Lucas is almost 12. So since he's been born, and obviously each season things change. I have three kids. My two daughters are in competitive dance. So, and of course, they're on complete opposite schedules. So the afternoons, it's appointment schedules, pickups, drop-offs, all of that. I have one in pre-K, two in elementary school. So I go to two different, no, it's not cheap. Don't tell my husband because he has a heart attack every time he sees the dance bill. But we go to two separate schools because I have one in pre-K, and the schools here do not have a pre-K program right now in the elementary schools. So of course I'm running on opposite side of town. Alexis is in pre-K. She only goes 3 hours a day. So I have a 3 hour window. Well, two and a half, really. So 9 to 12 is my free time. But of course, 2.5 hours, it's that time goes by fast. That's usually me working out, me running errands, me doing chores around the house. On a very good day, it's when I can sit down and get all of my things with pharmacy done. 9 times out of 10, that is not the case because mom life, wife life, all of that. And then I go get her at 12. We come home. Yeah, 2.5 hours. My husband thinks it's a lot of time. It's not. Um, but I get her at 12. I come home, we eat lunch. We have about an hour and a half, 2 hour window. Then I go get the other two from school. Then we come home. I'm getting Alexis dressed for dance. She goes to dance most days. She dances 4 days a week. Jordan dances 5 days a week. So Alexis usually dances at 4. So I take her straight to dance class, pick her up in an hour, come home. I prep dinner. Maybe I have time to cook dinner, just depends on the day. Then I'm taking Jordan to dance. And most nights she's dancing until 7:45, 8 o'clock at night. Then we come home and it's wind down time, it's bedtime, it's brush our teeth, it's chaos. And then I'm getting myself ready for bed because I'm exhausted. So I have found that I have to be very strategic with my time, and I have to be very focused on when I work my business. And a lot of times that does fall into while I'm in the car line, while I'm waiting for somebody to get out of dance. Maybe I have a little bit of time. No, I don't breathe, Tiffany. And we're in competition season. So there's added dance classes. In 2 weeks, we go to Orlando for another competition. So I'll be gone all weekend. And then we have recital and then all of that. And then they dance in July. They have a summer boot camp. So they dance all of July. So I have June. That's my time off. That's all of our time off. So I hope this training just kind of helps you clarify your daily priorities. It teaches you how to plug into calls without feeling behind because, as you know, since January, we have amped up our trainings and stuff like that. And I know I've had people come to me and it's like, how are you on all the calls? How, like, I just don't have time. I miss them. All it, like, I forget that we have a call, this and that. So I'm just kind of going to break down the things that I do. And it's funny, I planned this training a while ago and I was over the weekend, I was kind of running through my notes. And this is kind of going to fall into what Trish talked about on Friday. So you're probably going to hear some of the same things, but we did not plan that. So it just happened to work out that our trainings are going to overlap a little bit, but I'm going to actually share also go into a little more detail on that. So first of all, just reset your mindset. You don't need more time. We all have the same 24 hours in a day. And yes, some of us work outside of the house, some of us work from home, some of us have kids, all of that, but we're all busy nonetheless because it's life. So, and this business does not require you to be on your phone all day. That's the main thing why most of us probably are doing this, because we don't want to work 8 hours a day. That's why we're not in an office job somewhere. Um, you just have to be very intentional with the pockets of time that you do have. So, how many of you feel busy all day, but you also feel behind in your business? Sometimes I do because it's life. It happens. We all kind of get like that. So there are three non-negotiables that I think you should be doing all day. That's really going to help your business grow. So, and Trish talked about this, your IPAs. So your first priority should always be some of these things. So posting, you're following up, you're sending messages, you're talking about a product, you're inviting to the opportunity. What you are not doing is rearranging your inventory, scrolling, you're not binge watching trainings, you're not organizing Canva or something like that. Um, Trainings do not pay you, actions do. So that should be your first priority, those IPAs. Money is in the follow-up. So schedule follow-ups instead of hoping that you're going to remember. One thing that I live by. So I used to be a paper planner person. I love a cute planner. They're adorable. I love buying them, but then they just sit at my desk. I had to teach myself to go digital because I'm so busy. I'm on the go. So everything goes in my phone. Any calls, corporate calls, BFA call, anything, it goes in my calendar. I put the time. I have an alarm that goes off 10 to 15 minutes before the training to remind me. And then I have a notes widget on my home screen. Anything important is going on that notes widget. So every time I open my phone, I'm seeing it. So if there's my IPAs, I'm making sure those are in my notes. Doctor's appointments, anything, everything and anything goes in my calendar and on my notes app. Because if I write it on a sticky note at my desk, I'm going to forget because I'm never home. Um, Let me see. Okay. We always say the fortune is in the follow up. People are busy. People forget. It's our job to follow up with them, check in with them. If you know you need to follow up with somebody, we always say like the 7-day follow up, 30 days, 90 days, 60 days, all of that. Put those in your calendar, set a reminder, write the name. In the description, put what that follow up is about. We now have the pharmacy assistant. If you need to use that, use that. I'm not the best at using that. I need to get better, but I'm just so used to putting everything in my Google Calendar. And then same thing with the calls. In the description, I'm putting that Zoom link because that's going to help me. I don't have to scroll through chats trying to find the link, nothing like that. Everything is just easy. I can click the call time. The Zoom link is right there. Um, Visibility. You must show up daily. You don't have to be perfect. You just have to be consistent. So get in your stories, share a quick couple slides. What are you using? What are you drinking? What are you doing? What are you working towards? Done is better than perfect. If you're using it, show it. If you go invisible, people don't know what we do. We have to stay in front of their minds. We have to be visible. The more you're visible, the more those stories are going to get pushed to the front of their story feed, or your posts are going to start showing up into their feeds. We always say, we have toothpaste, we have vitamins, we have makeup, like all of that. This is stuff we're using daily. Share it. Let them know how easy it is to share these products because you're brushing your teeth. Show them, hop in your story and brush your teeth if you want to. And then the order of importance. So this is going to be big if you are overwhelmed. If you wake up and you're like, I have no idea what to do today. I know I need to do something, but what do I do? You need to do your IPAs, whatever that may be. It's different for everybody. I know there's graphics probably in BFA. they're probably floating in boards somewhere, and it will help you depending on what your ranks are. You can, if you're running for a higher goal, your IPAs are probably going to be a little more intense than whether you just started, but just start somewhere. You're going to do your follow-ups. You're going to make your content. You're going to check in with your team, and then you're going to plug into the trainings. I think trainings are last. Don't hurt me, Ashley. Because some people think they need to be on every single call. You attend your trainings to sharpen your skills. You act to build your paycheck. We have replays. Everything has a replay. So if you can't make a call, that is okay. Just if it's in your calendar, it's there, and you remind yourself, okay, I can't be on this call, but I know that replay is coming. So I'm going to put it in my notes to go watch that replay when I'm laying in bed for the night, or when I have a little bit of downtime, if I'm sitting in the car line, something. Okay. Let me see. So this is how I manage calls, and I kind of already talked about it, kind of skipped ahead a little bit. Adjust it to your routine. So now we have the calendar comes out at the first of every month that tells us everything that's happening. Yes, sometimes there's pop-up training, sometimes there's pop-up corporate calls, whatever. But when that training comes out, I sit down and I spend time and I plug those calls into my calendar. I grab the Zoom link, I put it in the description. And again, I set that alarm for about 10 to 15 minutes before that call to remind me, because we're busy. Sometimes if I don't have a reminder pop up, I may forget it. And I have done that before. Again, if you can't attend it live, you're going to write it down to make sure you go back and watch that replay. Let's see, where am I at? I'm kind of skipping ahead. Okay, so the Power Pocket method. So you don't need 3 hours. You just need 3 powerful pockets. So example, maybe your morning pocket, it's 15 to 20 minutes. You're going to make a post, or you're going to have you're going to schedule a post to go up. Then you're going to reply to messages overnight. If you missed the messages while you were sleeping, just go and reply to those. Maybe you have a midday pocket, another 10 to 15 minutes. You're going to invite 3 to 5 people, whether that's inviting them to try the product, the opportunity, whatever that may be. And then you're going to do your follow-ups. If you have another evening pocket, 15 to 20 minutes, you're going to get in your stories. You're going to do a quick team check-in if you have one, or maybe you're just checking all the team chats, that kind of thing. And then you're going to send out another quick follow-up if you didn't get to it earlier. So that is less than an hour of time, but you're being very intentional with those small pockets. You're not spending 10 minutes scrolling Facebook or Instagram. You're not watching TikTok. You're very intentional with that time. Let's see. Okay, not every training is for you, and not every training is for the season. So, example, if you have 0 sales, you probably don't need to watch a training on like branding or something like that. You need to message people. You need to do those kind of things, do some of those IPAs. It's okay to not be on a training. Now, don't show up to any of them, be on some of them. But some trainings might not be relevant to you and your season. And that is okay too. And that will help, because I think some people feel like they need to be on everything. I mean, I like to be on all of them because I still learn from all of them. But it's okay to pick and choose those important ones. If your schedule is very, very crazy, maybe you do miss one of them, but try to be on the next one or something like that. Let me see. Okay, so here's an example of a weekly structure. So maybe on Monday, you're very product focused. You're going to talk in your stories about products. You're going to make a product post. You're going to go live with a product. Tuesday, opportunity. Make an opportunity post. Talk about the opportunity in your stories. Wednesday could be a follow-up day. I know some people like to do all their follow-ups. They have it set on certain days. They know every Wednesday I'm following up with people, or every Saturday or every Friday, whatever that is. And then Thursday, your team building, you're checking. Woo! Sorry. You're checking in with your team. Goodness, that just threw me off. Okay. And then Friday, is a sales push. We have a sale. We know by now if you've been here a while. Every weekend there's some sort of sale that drops. Friday and through the weekend, promote the current bundles or promos or whatever, joint specials, whatever we have going out. And then the weekend, keep it your lifestyle, keep it connecting. I try not to post too much business stuff on the weekends. Um, that's just how I like to do things because I try to take the weekends off. Okay, so I'm almost done here. So I want you guys, so a little challenge for the next 7 days. I want you guys to pick 3 IPAs, whether that's posting, following up, messaging, inviting, anything like that. You're going to do one follow up daily, and then you're going to do one piece of visibility daily. Be in your stories every day. Make a post every day. Go live if that's not something that you don't do often. The more comfortable you get, increase those numbers a little bit. You don't have to just jump to 10 follow-ups, if you've never even done one. Start slow, build up the momentum, and that's going to help you stay not so overwhelmed. Okay. I hope I didn't talk too fast and then my phone fell. But that's all I got for you guys. I hope it helped. And if you guys have any questions, you can just put them in the chat and I'll answer them.
That was so good. That was so good. And you're exactly right. Like, you don't need 8 hours a day. I mean, yes, I did this full time, but do I work 8 hours a day? No, it's like 5 minutes here, 5 minutes here, 5 minutes here, 5 minutes here. That's why sometimes someone's like, "Are you always on your phone?" I'm like, "Well, this 5 minutes I am right now, but it's not all the time like that." Like my dad thinks I'm on my phone all the time. But anyways, it was such a great training. Thank you so much. Great information on pockets of time, 20 minutes here and there. Like, there is a place for you to get it plugged in, right? I mean, it truly is. This is great. I have to be better. Yes. And I mean, I literally set like alarms. I have them in my calendar, but like for today's call, I was like, okay, I gotta set an alarm 5 minutes before. So I start it. I've got to do something in the customer event today. I've got an alarm set so that I know I got to go do it. So being intentional. And I saw Crystal's comment about, sometimes she's afraid that she won't catch the replay. And I feel that because that's me. I feel like if I don't get on live, I do miss the replay. So I feel that, girl. You ain't alone in that. But that was so good. Great information. And like Angel said, great tips. And yeah, watch it again. Go listen again. I'm sure there's something that you guys missed, but everything she said was spot on. So thank you, Heather. That was so good. And I love you guys, and y'all have a good Tuesday. Bye, y'all.